When you have collected a data set you know nothing about, it needs to be analyzed using various techniques, often with with visual methods, but it has to be analyzed to gather main characteristics of that data set for suggesting hypotheses or to assess assumption or to support the selection of appropriate statistical tools and techniques. Right. So you have to provide a basis for further data collection through surveys or experiments. Right. That's the key. These are our key purpose for an exploratory data analysis. So there are plenty of tools that are useful for exploratory data analysis, such as box plots, histogram, or scatter plot, stem and leaf plots, or the PCA, that is principal component. Okay, we'll explore them one by one. So we'll discuss each of them separately in the future videos. For now, let's take the classic example of exploratory data analysis, that is iris data set, iris flower data set, which is known as the hello world of data analysis. So iris flower data set is a multivariate data set introduced by British statistician and biologist Ronald Fisher in 1936, where the objective is to classify a new flower as belonging to one of the three classes, uh, given the four features like sepal length, sepal width, petal length. Based on these four features, the flowers will be classified into species. Uh, four, three kinds of species: setosa, versicolor, virginica. So three kinds of species and four kinds of features. So based on these four features, you have to classify the flowers in these three species. All right. So that's a larger objective. Of course, that's the larger picture of downloading this data set. That is to classify the flowers into species based on their sepal length, sepal width, and petal length and petal width. Uh, but for now, for this video, we'll just stick to finding its key features using exploratory data analysis. So let's use Python to perform exploratory data analysis. So I'll use Jupyter here. I'll upload the file. Once it is uploaded, you can start a new Python file and first import pandas for data frame operations. So we'll import pandas and we'll use a variable for that, pd, and then yeah. So let's import the data set. Let's take a variable iris and pd dot read csv iris dot csv, right? And print iris dot shape. Now let's say you want to find which all now let's say you want to find the names of all the columns present in the data set. So you can just print iris dot columns. Yeah, so it will print the names of all the columns, its id, sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width, and species. Okay, and one of and since we are and since we are and since we are classifying the and since the objective of this data set is to classify these flora into species, we can find how many species we can find the count of each species using this important function iris. And suppose I want to find that what's the count of each species, so I'll specify the column. So I'll specify the column species, okay, this column, and then I'll use dot value counts. So you can see that it will give you a value count, that the number of flowers uh, the so it will give you a count that the number of flowers which belongs to setosa the number of flowers which belongs to setosa the number of flowers which belongs to setosa is 50, versicolor is 50, and virginica is 50. So if you observe the data set, normally if you want to find normally normally if you want to find how the count of each, so you can find that how many flowers belong to each species using the. Now let's say you want to find the average sepal length of all the species, so you can use iris and sepal length centimeter dot mean. You want to find the length of one particular species, iris setosa. Okay, then type iris species equal to iris setosa and sepal length centimeter dot mean. Yes, so it will give you the average length of sepal length of only the flowers which belong to iris setosa. Okay, now you can try a lot of things, like the name itself says exploratory data analysis. So you can explore, let's say you want to print the records for the flower where the sepal length is um, uh, less than 5.2. okay, so you can print that iris sepal length centimeter less than or equal to, let's say, 5.2. so it will print the records of the species where the sepal length is less than 5.2. Now let's say for an objective you need the sum of uh, petal width of species where the sepal length uh, is less than 5. So you can write a new query: iris sepal length centimeter less than equal to 5.0. Let's say less than 5 dot petal width centimeter dot sum. Yeah, so it will give you the sum of petal width of the species where the sepal length is less than 5, right? So you can play around using different tools which are available in Python, and the bottom line is to explore the data based on our objectives on what we want uh, from the data, right? So we'll see more of it in the future videos. You may leave a comment for any doubts or suggestion, and subscribe to this channel for more videos on data science, programming, and algorithms.